Hey guys, it's Super Few Games or Adam, and welcome back to another one of my Fortnite videos. Today we are not doing a top 5, we are doing our first ever Fortnite top 10 video, and today I'll be going over 10 skins that are overused here in Fortnite. Now before we actually jump into today's video, Season 3 ends in 4 days. So what does that mean? That means the Season 4 Battle Pass is literally right around the corner. So for today's video, I'll be giving away a bunch of PSN and Xbox codes, so you guys have a chance of getting that Season 4 Battle Pass right away on day 1. Now to enter, it's so incredibly easy. All you have to do is drop a like on today's video, subscribe to the channel, and let me guys know right now in the comments section below, what platform do you currently play Fortnite on? And also, if you do happen to have a Twitter account, please attach your Twitter username to your comment, because if you do end up winning, it makes it a lot easier for me to contact you. And like always guys, I will have a couple of PSN and Xbox codes hidden somewhere in the video, but if you don't get a chance to get those, don't worry, I will still be giving away a bunch for you guys in the comment section below. So one thing I've noticed a lot lately while playing Fortnite is a lot of the same skins, and of course, that definitely is not a bad thing. Just because a skin is on this list, definitely not bad. A lot of these really good skins are used quite a bit, but I was wondering, how many skins do we actually have here in Fortnite? And I looked it up. There's over 100 skins in this game. So 100 skins, yet we see a lot of the same skins over and over again. So in today's video, I'll go over 10 skins that are overused currently here in Fortnite Battle Royale. So starting things off here in the number 10 spot, we have the Blue Team Leader skin. And originally, I didn't want to put any of the free skins on this list, but as I was playing Fortnite and I was kind of marking down what skins people are using, the Blue Team Leader was absolutely just dominating my chart, because on PS4, it's almost like the default skin. Like, I almost want to say I see this skin just as much, if not more, than the default skin. So for those of you who are unaware, the Blue Team Leader is a free skin for people who play Fortnite on PS4 and who also have PlayStation Plus, but if you're playing online, you have to have PS Plus. So if you play Fortnite on PS4, which is probably a lot of you, you most likely have this skin, and since a lot of people can't afford to buy skins or they don't want to buy skins, you see a huge portion of the PS4 player base rocking this Blue Team Leader skin. So coming in at the number 9 spot on today's list, we have the last free skin here in Fortnite on this list, and that is the Avec skin. So this is one of the 2 free Twitch Prime skins. The other one I think is called the Sub Commander, which is an alright skin, but the Avec skin is definitely the nicer of the 2 skins. And also in general, the Avec skin is actually a really awesome skin. I think it goes up against some of those $20 skins, which is pretty awesome. They give away such a sharp skin completely for free. But yes, it's a free skin. You'll see it a ton in game on all consoles and PC as well. But again, the last free skin on this list. So coming in at the number 8 spot on today's list, we have the Raven skin, and the Raven skin is one of the newer skins. It's a skin you actually have to pay for. It's a $20 skin on top of that, but the Raven skin is one of the best skins in the game, one of the sharpest looking skins in the game, and a lot of people who normally wouldn't buy skins were actually starting to buy skins just because of this Raven skin. And when it was first leaked, because every single skin is leaked out of Fortnite, but when this skin was first leaked, there was so much hype behind it, and people were going crazy when the skin first came out in the item shop, and that first day or that first couple of days after it was released, I swear to God, like every other player was rocking the skin. But it's not like that now, but I do see this skin usually every single game because it's a nice skin. Why wouldn't you use it? So coming in at the number 7 spot, we have another $20 skin, and this one is the Battle Hound skin. Just like the Raven skin, the Battle Hound skin is such a nice skin. The thing is, guys, I don't buy any skins here in Fortnite. All the skins that I actually actually have purchased are from the V-Bucks I've earned in Save the World, but now that I'm actually going over all these skins, I kind of really wish I had some of them, especially this one right here. It's such a sharp skin, it's such a standout skin, not in a bad way as in you stand on the battlefield, but it's just a really, really interesting skin, and I really wish I had it. I see this skin just a little bit more than I do the Raven skin, but who knows, it might be different for you guys, but the Battlehound skin is really nice, and I see it quite a bit in game. So coming in at the number 6 spot on today's list, we have the Bright Bomber skin, and this is one of the more popular skins in the game. I feel like a lot of pro players that use this skin, so people who, you know, watch these streamers go, oh, you know what, they're rocking that skin, I'll get it as well. And this skin, I swear to God, I feel like it's always in the item shop, right? Like, it's constantly in there, and you constantly have a chance to buy it. Now, it only costs 1,200 V-Bucks, which is pretty much $12, so it's not, you know, crazy expensive, and I just feel like a lot of people have this skin, and you see a lot of it in-game. So coming in at the number 5 spot on today's list, I have a skin that really caught me off guard. I wasn't expecting this skin to be that popular in-game, but I was really caught off guard by the amount of people using this skin in-game, and that is the Elite Agent skin. You unlock this guy in the Season 3 Battle Pass on Tier 87, and the thing about this skin right here is it does not stand out at all. And I know a lot of good players like to use this skin just because, for that reason, right, you don't really stand out that much. The other skins in the Battle Pass, or just skins overall, some of them really pop. Like in the Season 3 Battle Pass, the Dark Voyager, or, you know, even the Reaper I feel like kind of stands out, or even some of the early skins. But this one, really not so much, and I really never noticed that many using it, but I was in game, I couldn't believe how popular this skin is. So coming in at the number 4 spot on today's list, we have the Rogue Agent skin, and this is the one skin I mentioned in my 5 skins that bad players use about a couple weeks ago. And this skin, again, the reason why it's so popular in game, it's just because of that awesome price tag on it, right? It costs $5 US. You get a skin, plus you get 600 V-Bucks, which is an amazing deal. And if you're somebody who is a little bit hesitant about, you know, buying skins in Fortnite, you don't want to spend a ton, this is an absolutely amazing place to start. And yeah, obviously it's going to be a popular skin in game because, you know, some people don't have a ton of money to spend on these skins, because the skins are actually really expensive in this game, so you do see the skin, or this skin, in this game a lot just because of that super cheap price tag. So coming in at the number 3 spot on today's list, I have an interesting one, because this isn't one specific skin. This is just the newest skin in Fortnite. And when I was talking about the Raven skin, I was talking about when the skin first came out, you know, the first couple of days it had come out, or after it came out, you saw this skin literally everywhere in game. It was like half of the server was using the Raven skin, and that kind of goes with a lot of the new skins in game. Whenever a brand new skin, not an old one that's brought back, but a brand new skin is released, you see that one skin absolutely everywhere in game. So yeah, whatever new skin comes out is definitely in this spot right here, because a lot of people love to buy it, then they go back to some of the older skins. So for these last 2 skins, these are skins that you really begin to notice in game. With some of the others we talked about so far in this video, you'll notice them, but you won't notice them as much as you will these 2 skins right here. And coming in at the number 2 spot on today's list, we have the Dark Voyager skin. And I don't know about you guys, but I have to say, I think the Dark Voyager skin is one of the best skins in this game, if not the best skin in Fortnite. It's just such a nice skin, that blacked out astronaut suit with those awesome glowing lines. Like, what can I say? It's a beautiful skin, and I completely understand why so many use it in game. It's definitely one of those skins, though, that do kind of stand out on the battlefield, because those orange glowing lines, they just stand out so much. But besides that, it is such a beautiful skin, and so many rock it in game. So coming in at the number 1 spot on today's list, the most overused skin here in Fortnite has to go to the Reaper skin. And of course, this is the last skin you unlock in the Season 3 Battle Pass. And since Season 3 is coming to an end, a lot of people who have not finished all the tiers or gone through all the tiers are either really grinding out those tiers right now, or they are buying the tiers in the item shop because it's currently on sale. So right now, a lot of people are unlocking this skin in game, and it's a nice skin. You know, I understand why a lot are using this skin right here, but I feel like the Reaper skin is one skin that is definitely going to fade once Season 4 drops, but a skin like, you know, the Dark Voyager is so nice. I don't see that one fading that much, but this one for sure. But as for right now, guys, whenever I'm in game, it's like every other player is using the Reaper skin, which is, again, completely understandable. It's a nice skin, and they want to use it before Season 4 comes out. So there we have it, guys. Those are 10 of the most overused skins here in Fortnite out of 100, which again just absolutely blows my mind. But with a video like this, guys, I could probably make this kind of video every single month because so many skins are being added either through the Battle Pass or just the item shop that it's constantly going to change what skins are super popular, but some have been in the game for a while. Like, for example, is the Bright Bomber, and to this day it's still one of the most used skins. And like I said, I believe that the Dark Voyager isn't going anywhere. That is such a nice skin and such a sharp skin that... Hey guys, it's Super Review Games or Adam, and we are back again with another Fortnite Top 5 video, and today we're going to look at 5 things that were so powerful it actually broke Fortnite. So over the course of Fortnite, we've had a lot of different really overpowered things in this game. That could be weapons, certain strategies, equipment, things that were so OP that Epic Games either had to step in and change these things or completely remove these things from the game. So in today's video, I want to go over 5 things that were so overpowered they actually broke Fortnite. Now, of course, guys, let me know right now in the comment section below, what do you guys think was the most overpowered thing in this game? I'm really curious to see what you guys have to say. And of course, if you haven't already, go ahead and smash a like on this video, subscribe for more Fortnite's top 5 videos, and besides that, let's go ahead and jump into today's top 5. So starting our list off here in the number 5 spot, we have the good old Boogie Bomb, and this one might surprise some of you. If you are somebody who just started playing Fortnite recently, you have no idea how overpowered the Boogie Bomb used to be. Now, of course, it's really not a big deal. It really isn't that useful, to be honest, because it only lasts for about 5 seconds, and if you are shot while in that dancing animation, it goes away, and you can go ahead and counter the person shooting at you. But back when it was first added to Fortnite, things were a little different. So when the Boogie Bomb was first added into Fortnite, there were a couple of big differences. The first thing is the time. It lasted for about 10 seconds, which is absolutely forever, because if you're close enough to hit someone with the Boogie Bomb, you have enough time to rush them in that 10 seconds and get the kill. Second thing, when you were shot while in that dancing animation, guess what? You stayed in that animation until that 10 seconds ran out. Now, of course, again, you get thrown out of that animation as soon as you're damaged, but back then that was not the case. So if you were hit by a Boogie Bomb, either you had to wait that 10 seconds or you were gonna die. And believe me, most of the time you just got one pumped in the face while bouncing around, dancing forever, waiting to die. It was so OP when it was first added in, but thankfully Epic Games came in and patched this thing, and now it's not as good, or not nearly as good as it used to be. So coming in at the number 4 spot on today's list, we have to talk about the Pump Shotgun. I think we all agree that the Pump Shotgun is hands down one of the best guns in Fortnite, and especially when Fortnite first came out, the Pump Shotgun was absolutely amazing. You know, amazing at close range, those beautiful one pumps to the head, always so satisfying. But there is one little difference between the pump we have right now and the pump that we had when Fortnite first came out, and that was the range. The Pump Shotgun back when Fortnite first came out had absolutely insane range. This thing was actually a sniper sniper. So you have a gun that is incredibly powerful at close range. At the same time, you could quite literally snipe people with this gun. I'm talking like 100 meters. You could be getting like 50, 90 headshot damage. Like, this thing was absolutely insane, and thankfully they did fix it, of course. Now this thing has like no range, but you know, back in the day, this thing's range was just absolutely insane, and sometimes you didn't even need an AR if you had the pump shotgun to go around, you know, one pumping people at close range. At the same time, with a couple of shots, you could down somebody at 50, 100 meters with the pump shotgun. So this was one of the most OP things ever in Fortnite, and thankfully it is no longer in the game. So coming in at the number 3 spot on today's list, let's keep it going with the pump shotgun, and we have to talk about the double pump strat. When you're talking about OP things in Fortnite, the double pump strat is going to come up because it was insanely overpowered, especially if you were really good with it. So for those of you that don't know what this is, or you just started playing Fortnite, with the pump shotgun, you have about a 2-second delay between shots. You shoot one shot, you have to wait a couple of seconds before you can shoot again. With the double pump strat, it would bypass that. You would shoot with one pump shotgun, and you would switch to your other one and instantly fire and just go back and forth. And you could pretty much rapid fire the pump shotgun, which is crazy overpowered because the pump shotgun deals so much damage. So being able to rapid fire this thing made it one of the most OP things ever. Now, thankfully, a lot of people weren't amazing at this, but you run into people in game who were really efficient with this strategy. It was just way too much, and a semi just didn't stand a chance because with a semi shotgun, it couldn't even match the fire rate of the double pump strategy. And if you did have a semi, you had to get that one shot to the head, and if that didn't kill them, you were most likely going to die. But then again, with the pump shotgun as well, you had to be more accurate. You had to be constantly, you know, switching back and forth. So it wasn't the easiest thing in the world. It sounds a lot easier than it actually was, but once you got it down and once you were efficient, it was just way too much. You would just be going around rapid firing the pump shotgun, you know, killing people so fast. And the big thing is this was in the game for a long time, like absolute months after months. They didn't fix it, and then eventually in 2018 they did fix it, and it is no longer an issue. But man, was this thing OP. So coming in at the number 2 spot on today's list, we have something that was recently added into the game, and that of course is the jetpacks. And this goes back to February. I believe it was February when they originally were going to put this in the game, and then there was so much backlash from the community. They did not want jetpacks in the game, so they replaced it with the hunting rifle. So, you know, the hunting rifle's been in the game for a long time now, so the jetpacks were supposed to be here a long time ago, but since people were so upset, they just delayed it. And now we finally have jetpacks in the game. Now, jetpacks are a limited time item, which is a really good thing because jetpacks really change the game. Now, I'm sure there are people out there who absolutely love the jetpacks, they want them to stay, but I'm sure there's a lot of you out there who also really don't like the jetpacks, and there's a reason why it was delayed in the first place. A huge portion of the community did not want these things in the game, and thankfully it is a limited item, so it won't be in the game that much longer, but it's definitely worth talking about. So the jetpacks are interesting. They're just pretty much, you know, what we expected, being able to kind of float in the air or, you know, jump up onto a roof with a jetpack or whatever. And I don't know, I have mixed opinions on it personally. I think it's cool, but at the same time, it really changes the game, right? Instead of having to deal with somebody just on the ground or building on something, now you have people just kind of jumping up and floating in the air and, you know, falling off of a structure and being able just to float their way down. It really changes the game, and from what I've seen, A lot of people aren't crazy about this thing, but again, since it is limited time, it won't be in the game that much longer, and it's cool that they tried it, but I don't think it belongs in Fortnite. So here we are, guys, the #1 spot on today's list. This is what I personally think is the most overpowered thing in all of Fortnite, and I think a lot of you know what that might be. That is the guided missile. This thing was so incredibly overpowered, and when it was in the game for that 1 week, it was really tough, because if you had this thing, great, good for you. You were probably going to get a lot of kills with this thing, but the big issue was when you were in that top 10 situation and you didn't have a guided missile, you felt like you had such a massive disadvantage, and since this thing was really rare, it was only like 1, maybe 2 people who actually had these things in that top 10 situation. So if you didn't have this, you were most likely going to lose, because the guided missile was just way too easy to use, and it really took no skill. If you look at other things on this list, like the jetpacks or the double pump strategy or even the sniper shotgun, sure, it requires some skill, but the guided missile, absolutely no skill at all. Now, I think the biggest thing about the guided missile that made it so overpowered wasn't that it took no skill to use, but the amount of time a single missile could stay in the air was absolutely insane. Like, you could, I don't know how long it was, but it must have been like at least 1.5 to 2 minutes. It was absolutely insane, because all you had to do is hide somewhere, shoot this thing, and then survey the area with the guided missile, find somebody, and then just keep spamming those missiles at them, and eventually you'll get the kill. And strats with this in duos and squads, it was just way too much, and there was just so much of a disadvantage if you didn't have this thing that they kind of had to remove it from the game. Now, maybe one day it will come back. I'm really curious. They could nerf this thing big time, but back then when it was added in, it was the most OP thing I have ever seen in Fortnite. So there we have it, guys. Those are 5 things that were just incredibly OP here in Fortnite that, in a way, they kind of broke the game and ruined the game. And again, for me, the most OP thing was the guided missile, but honestly, everything from the boogie bomb all the way down to the guided missile, everything on this list was just so OP, it either got removed or it got nerfed big time, and everything on this list has been kind of...
Thank you guys for watching this video. For those who are new to the channel, if you've enjoyed this video, check out some of the others on the right side of the screen. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the bell to get notifications for whenever a new guide shows up. We have grown tremendously in the last few months and couldn't have done it without all of our supporters. Thank you again so much, and doubly so if you shared it with anyone else, like your friends, family, or your pets. You guys are great, and we hope to keep making videos that you all like.